Assalamu alaikum, sisters and brothers. Sulaiman Rahim here. That's for the covenant, breaking the seven seals. Welcome. Here. Brothers and sisters, I'm going to talk about the apocalypse. What's the apocalypse? That's the final destruction. The final destruction of this world system, this world's rulers, this world reality. Total annihilation. As apocalypse. I've never really discussed apocalypse before, at least not in this way. I talk about in terms of the flood because the flood is the apocalypse. But if you believe in Noah's flood happened in the past, then you're sorely mistaken, and I'm not sure if this will benefit you or not, because mathematics will tell you that couldn't have happened. The water would cover all the mountains. Do you know how much water that would have to be? It has to be at least 6 foot high, 6 miles high above the ground. There's not that much water on the earth. If you just take all the water in the oceans and somehow bring it above land, it still wouldn't be that much water. And where would that water go? Where'd it come from? Anyway, we're gonna move on, brothers and sisters. The apocalypse. First, I want to mention a couple things here. What happened here? Actually, okay. I mean, brothers and sisters, I got cell system going here. Now, I'm really under attack these days. YouTube's canceling my presentation and carrying on. Anyway, brothers and sisters, I don't know if you really understand the danger of what's going on. I try to come at it in many ways, and a lot of you are not going to see it until it's too late. Okay, what's going on here? Hold on, brothers, since I got one little situation going on here. Okay, it's resolved. And I can't get this message over to you clear enough, but you're going to get it. But you're going to get it in a dramatic way that you may not like, but you're going to get it. Because there's so much background information you need to appreciate what I'm going to tell you. See, if we get this energy, all the information you need that leads up to this, 99% of you don't have. Because you don't know that we get energy. The scripture says, we don't live by bread alone, but every word comes out of the mouth of God, and you have no idea what that means. We get this energy approximately every 50 years, energy wave. And now we're in the process of one being about to receive one now. Earth has already received it, has to convert to a form we can use. Because we use energy in the form of like oxygen and nutrition, so forth, so on. See, but you need to know that. You also need to know that we're the source of creativity. Creativity comes from us. That's why America is the most innovative country, is the only innovative country on the planet, actually. It's the only innovative. Tell me something innovation that's come from any other nation. I mean, they can duplicate and improve, but internet, atomic bombs, planes, cars, computers, all it came from here. And if the Europeans are so advanced and so superior race, how come it's only coming from here? Why is it just here? Because we're here. And you need to appreciate that. And most of you can't appreciate that because you've been told just the opposite. And the reason why America's so great is not great at all, actually, so powerful, right? Is because of the energy they're getting from Arabia and the creativity. See, that's the fuel. And the creativity they're getting from us. They don't want you to know about. Because if we leave, if they cut that energy off, which is about to be cut off in a minute, and it release and the creativity is gone, it'd be plundered. That's why it says when we left Egypt, Egypt will be plundered. We take all the gold and silver that's that leave, and with the gold and silver, if you understand the scripture, it will leave Egypt plundered. If we leave it plundered, and they don't want you to know that. You source their creativity. You're the tree of life. Because we have the tree of life is DNA. And we have from A to Z. We have all of it. See? The Europeans have maybe C or B to Z. We have it all. See? All these things matters because the resources that they're getting that fuels them is our land. That's our resources. They're using our land, resource from our land. They're using our creativity, right? And our DNA, because we are the tree of life. All these means of factors are coming from us. We're the gods. And they don't want you to understand that. So that's why I'm going to make this point if I can, right? Because you won't appreciate it now, but you will appreciate it soon, I think. As we increase energy, our mental power increases. See, I say, because thought is pressure, see? But you have to act on it to turn into power. See, energy times discipline is power. You have to act on it. Just get it. You have to do something with it. But what they're desperately trying to do is try to direct your energy. I keep talking about quality of energy, quality of pressure. See, they're trying to divert your pressure, your energy, your creative power in their direction, to give it to them. And that's the danger. That's what I said, tree of life had to remove from them. They got the tree of knowledge of evil, knowledge of good and evil. They got that from us, and they got the other thing, right? The knowledge of DNA. Then said they will live forever. That's another story altogether, brothers and sisters. But the bottom line I'm trying to tell you is, that person right there, the junction right there, don't know which way to go. And they're standing there trying to convince you the only way to go is their way. The American dream. That's what Farrakhan is doing. He snatched the other option away from you. See, this person here, the only reason why they confused a little bit because they're hearing, maybe in the subconscious mind, there's another way. Before that, they was going straight. The only way was the American dream. Farrakhan was making sure that's the only thing you knew. That's all they told you. American dream, American dream, American dream. That's the only way. So all your power is going towards that. And that's where they wanted to go. All your energy, all your power, all your thought, go in that direction. But now, Elijah Muhammad gave you an alternative. They had to get rid of him because they didn't want you to have an alternative. Because prior to Master Muhammad's arrival here, you had no alternative. We had somewhat of an alternative with Drew Ali and Marcus Garvey, but not the Abrahamic covenant. Because they were saying they was advocating, to back to Africa movement, which some Africans went back. You heard of Liberia, right? But it wasn't the same thing because they didn't go back to what it's supposed to go back to, and trying to be back, and they were still dependent upon America. That's the problem, brothers and sisters. That's why Suleiman's here with the angel, right, to tell you your alternative and get you to go along that alternative. And it says only 145,000 is going to pick up on that, take them up on that. The rest, right? I said it's going to stand there in the crossroads until it's too late, hit by a car. See, trying to figure out which way to go. The cars is coming. See, you might pause for a minute, but they're coming. And you're going to stand there hit by a car trying to figure out which way to go. See? Now that you do have an alternative, because the alternative is going to be made clear to you. But before that, you have only one way to go. That's what Farrakhan, that's why he's working for them. He took that other option away from you, snatched it right away. Oh, the Abrahamic covenant, but that's not because Elijah Muhammad, he gave you both paths. Both paths. And Farrakhan come snatched it away. He gave both paths, plus gave you example and gave you experience, right? To see what the value of taking another path would be. It was becoming independent. They couldn't have that. That's the danger, bro. Since that's quality. See, directing you in the direction, directing your energy in the way they wanted to go. And without discipline and without understanding and mental power, you don't know. You just go along the direction they tell you. Because they say, oh, America's, great. America that tops on. No, it don't. America's a great. No, there's no. I put a presentation out on YouTube concerning that, and they snatched it. And it wasn't named. There was no hateful speech in there. Nothing. The problem was it was telling you, right, how they playing with your mind. They playing with your mind. Got you thinking in the wrong direction, the direction that's totally against you. That's what it said. It said the demon-possessed male is fighting itself. And when you see a presentation, it's on Facebook, unless they got away from you, you see what I'm talking about. Because they said, wait a minute, hold on. They got me hating people that never done anything to me and loving people that have destroyed me, destroyed my people. How is that? And when if you see a presentation, you see what I'm talking about. Understand, brothers and sisters, that's the problem. That's the dilemma. That's the situation you face. Are people lost for lack of knowledge? Because they have you fighting against yourself. That's Farrakhan have you fighting against yourself. Confused. And now that I'm here to advise you a different path, now some of you stand there trying to figure out which way to go. But you're going to find out in a minute. Because you're about to be hit by a Mack truck. In a minute. Famine. Turmoil like you never imagined. I'm unprecedented trouble. You know which way to go then. See? But you're going to have to walk when you could have had transportation out of here. Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. I'm going to leave that there, but there's much to talk about on that subject. Much to talk about on that subject. Okay. The sign of Jonah. Again, bro, says I'm gonna keep talking about this because that's the sign everybody's waiting for. The sign of Jonah. And it's gonna be accompanied by famine. War and famine. War and famine. See? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna walk through the history of Europeans from 2000, from the 1,000 year Dark Ages. So about for the last 1,500 years, from the rise of Prophet Muhammad, we're going to talk about the European history from there because they confused. That's one of the great deceptions. Because they tell you chapter 20 of the AL-INJIL called Revelations or the Apocrypha, right? It's future. No, brothers and sisters. That's European history. Gog and Magog. Now we hear about Gog and Magog in chapter 20. And they say it's future. But they tell you that the war of Gog and Magog is about to take place because they're going to attack false Israel and be destroyed. That's what they're telling you. They're going to attack false Israel any day now. That's what they're saying. The war of Ezekiel 38, I think they call it. And that's when Gog is going to be destroyed. Gog and Magog will be destroyed. Well, if they're destroyed, then how are they going to come back 2,000 years, 1,000 years from now for millennia? See? That's what they're saying. They're going to be thrown in 1,000 years. Satan's going to be in the dark, in the pit, in the abyss, and then God and Magog come out and cover the whole world. But they've already been destroyed. How can that be? See, because it has that's European history. That's where they came out of the Dark Ages. They had a Dark Ages, what they call medieval period, for 1,000 years. And they say Gog is from the land of Magog. That's what they say. Gog is from the land of Magog. And Magog is Britain. And that's where Gog and Magog came from the land of Britain. See, Gog is from the land of Magog, land from Britain, right? Also, Gog is also considered an individual, right? That means anyone who's been president of the United States could also be called a Gog. So here is Britain, right? About 500 years ago, right? Columbus, no whole deal, right? Come to America, right? We're just gonna give you the basic rundown of the history, right? This is after Prophet Muhammad, 500 years ago. And then the British went over here and got us, over to Africa, right? We were Sunnis, right? We was Muslim around Morocco. Used to be called the Moors, right? We was on the west north coast of Africa. Drag us over here, right? Then it became the United States, and we were enslaved. That's the history. Right? Then Britain and America broke apart, right? Separated, and we're enslaved in chains. I'm going to spread some quite quickly, brothers and sisters. Okay, now that gets us up to, right, current times, basically, 400 years, 1619 to 2019, actually 1555 to 1619, 64 years took to prepare us as Negro butts. And now, right, we're waiting for the sign of Jonah, which, right, will be in a time of abomination, desolation, because that will be the result of that war in heaven. Sign of Jonah, we talk about that. Sign of Jonah, right, is when the Nation of Islam repents of Farrakhan, which is about to happen any day now. It's about to happen any day now. So he's in trouble over there. He's in a lot of trouble over there. In a wheelchair. There's a lot of division over there. You have no idea what's going on over there, brothers and sisters. What's happening? So in that repentance means, see, the Levites, right? They had the energy to be enough energy to bond, right? However, there was infused to somebody sowed that chaff amongst the wheat, to infuse that chaff, infuse those demons that kept them separated and divided. So Suleiman had to come and remove those demons, and then they was able to unite into army. 10,000 saints. Suleiman will come to 10,000 of his saints. You understand what that means, brothers and sisters? That's about to happen. See, so abomination desolation is when this was about to happen. All these things going to happen almost simultaneously. Because soon as Master Muhammad sees a sign, he's going to war in the Middle East. Because he can't, well, I'm not going to say he can't, but the problem is, if he moves before we're ready, see, when the Levites come together, demons moved out, it's like time, it's like a tripwire. So in other words, at the same time, Lazarus is going to wake up. So Master Muhammad knows that's a sign. I know it's a sign. So maybe other people know it's a sign also, because that's what was designed that way. So they would be consistent. I mean, not coordinated. So at the time, the demons possess move from them, and they achieve unity. At the same time, Lazarus will have, because it takes energy to do that, and Lazarus will have enough energy also. See, the thing is that it takes Suleiman to move the demons from them, because they have enough energy to unite. It's infused with demons. But when that happens, right? See, at the same time that Lazarus will wake up. See, he has enough energy. Okay? And so that's when Master Muhammad has to go to war, because as soon as it happens, they will attack us. Because they say any signs of unity, they have to take us out. Unless we convinced to go in their direction. We're going to stand there, brothers and sisters. So here's bondage desolation, right? Where false is real, right? Where the two eagles, see, she also considered eagles because the eagle has 6 wings, and eagle represents European countries, but they're the Islamic part of it. So it's 2 eagles, right? And a dragon and its angels, they're eagles because they're European. So they're at war with each other. And that's when American Britain's kicked out and falls under sea. That's abomination desolation we're told to watch out for. Abomination desolation we're told to watch out for. Because all this happened at the same time. Repentance, as Muhammad goes into action. See? That causes fall of Babylon, get kicked out, fall of Gog and Magog, and the siege of false Israel. You understand, brothers and sisters? Now, famine's on the way, but what triggers it, right? Makes it makes it more pronounced, but make you realize it in a very profound way is the war in the Middle East, because when they lose it, that oil is cut off. They're totally cut off from oil in the Middle East, which is fuels the economy. The economy is already shaky and they're already desperate for oil. Now they're totally cut off. Totally cut off. From Africa, all those oil wells, so-called Israel is supposed to drill, they got taken away from them. All totally cut off, all over Arabia. And in Europe is demanding oil because they have no natural resources. They demand oil. America can't give it to them because they're at war. They will be at war during that time, and they don't have enough for themselves. And people here starving because they can't get food to the market. They cannot get food to the market. So it's famine. Famine's going on. That's what it says twice in Scripture, at least twice. In the fourth seal, and also in the Babylon chapter 18. Famine. Famine, famine, famine. That means no food, which will be followed up by total economic collapse, where your money is thrown in the streets because it will be worth nothing. They can't buy anything with it. See? They say initially you're beating cow, you're beating dove shit, bird shit, because and it'd be astronomical, because that's all they can find to eat. Initially, what we understand, brother, says famine is on the way. So let's step back up again, right? We already talked about the history leading up to now, and we talk about the demon-possessed man. So we might as well move that, right? That's going to cause them to repent. Once the demons are removed, because that's what it says, Legion. Louis Eugene Grounds and his whole army was thrown into back with his devil daddies. That's the sign. That's the sign for Master Muhammad. They make us move because they're about to make the move, because that's a sign of unity. They know we're about to ride. They can't have them attack us immediately. So Master Muhammad has to move first. And the first battle takes place in the Middle East. What's they lose? They carry brown sisters. What's they lose? Totally cut for oil. Famine. Economic collapse right behind it. Few days, brothers and sisters. Few days. Now we'll read some of this. Now Enoch, the seventh from Adam, prophesied about these men also saying, behold, the Lord comes with 10,000 of the saints. That's what happens when they repent, right? They become Suleiman saints. They're the saints. Okay? And they finish with Farrakhan's BS, and one of them going to rise and turn out to be a leader, with just his name's yet known. Okay? 10,000 saints. That says when thrones are cast down, right? And mirrors time mirrors, and the ancient days is set, and mirrors trying to serve. 10,000 is a biblical number. They're all going to turn serve him. I understand that, brothers and sisters. For to rescue judgment, remember that was 10,000 saints to execute judgment on all, to convict all who are ungodly among them of their ungodly deeds which they have committed in an ungodly way, of the harsh things which ungodly sins have spoken against him. That means all those people like Lion Eric and all these people speaking against me instead of assisting, right? Then for a rude awakening, pardon me, brothers and sisters, on that one. Anyway, brothers and sisters, you think this judgment is going to be something that's a play toy? Prophet Muhammad said himself. Okay, I got an issue here, brothers and sisters. I think this is this judgment is going to be a joke. It's not going to be a joke, brothers and sisters. I can disabuse you of that one. It would not be a joke. Prophet Muhammad himself said he didn't know if he can get through it. Because you don't know what you're dealing with, brothers and sisters. You have no idea what you're dealing with. See, Suleiman is not coming with roses and lilacs and petals. You have no, he says the wrath, both of them. See, the Lamb and the God come with wrath. And those that oppose, it says, whoever the stone falls on be crushed. Who falls against the stone be broken. We're not playing. So you may think it's nothing now. It says a little stone. The bills reject, you think it's nothing. That little stone gonna crush you. You was told you should have been helping, but you was resisting. And so all our people that have lost is on your blood's on your hands. And you're not come say, well, we ain't gonna hear no excuses. You better pay attention. Like Muhammad says, no excuses in the law books of Islam. Because this truth is clear. You haven't broken the seals. You don't know anybody who has. You don't know anybody who claims to have. All the signs are there. But you want to be the big man. You want to be the big man, so all who falls in the stone be broken. All the stone falls and be crushed. You talking about Farrakhan? Shit, he can't even walk. Shit, I said it. He can't even walk. Why did I talk like I talk? Because I want you to understand, we're not playing games here. We're not effing around here. And when it hits you, it's going to hit you like a sledgehammer right between the eyes. And no excuse going to prevail. We don't hear anything you got to say. See? Because this is war. And so if you ain't with me, you're against me. And you got nothing out there. You don't know anything. You don't know the scripture, you don't know the Bible. You have nothing. You got missing black. You don't even understand that. As mama said, you only gave enough, Master Mama only gave enough wisdom the last 40 years. So what are you doing? That 40 years passed. So we've been over the last 40 some years. So I'm with Farrakhan, or you ain't, well, whatever. I don't care what you are. If you ain't with me, you're against me, period. And he said, well, I wasn't with Farrakhan. I don't care. If you're not with me, you're against me. And I ain't asked you for anything. And it says it's a free gift. I ain't asked you for a damn dime. If you ain't with me, you're against me. I ain't asked you for a dime. I haven't asked for a dime over 30 years. So you don't see me begging, you don't see me worried. Because I know it's about to happen in a minute. It says, you be weeping in the gnashing of teeth. Oh, I wish you'd understand that one. Okay, let's. Oops, I got a little off track here. Come on, well, I tell you, these are grumblers, complainers, walking according to their own lust. Their mouth great swelling words, flattering people to gain advantage. See, trying to gain advantage of people. I'm with Farrakhan. Oh, I ain't with Farrakhan. I'm the seventh angel. I'm the son of man. Like Farrakhan, now he's the son of man. He's everybody, but he's nobody. Doesn't know a damn thing. But you, beloved, remember the words which were spoken before by the apostles of our Lord Jesus Christ. I wish you understood that one. How they told you that there would be mockers in the last time who would what call their own ungodly lust. Oh man, now I ain't paying attention to that, man. They've been talking about wars forever, man. Elijah's been gone 40 some years, man. Because remember that's in Exodus. Elijah's been gone so and said, man, what happened to him? He ain't coming back. Let's start getting that golden calf, Sunism. You don't understand what that is. You don't understand what anything is. You don't know who the dragon is. You don't know who Satan is. You don't know who the devil is. You don't know who the jinn is. You don't know what the damn thing is. You're guessing. These are essential persons who cause division, not having the spirit. They all cause division. They cause division among our people. They say, oh, I'm causing division because I'm trying to separate the demons out. It tells you there will be a separation between chaff and the wheat. Wolves and sheep clothing. See? The demons have to be separated out. That's not division. That's separation. But you want to cause division because you got them going this way. Oh, I'm the seventh angel here. Oh, I'm Melchizedek. I'm Yahweh the Yahweh. I'm going to go an Israelite. You don't want to cause division. See? Because you're confusing our people. And they don't know it's the ones who wake up, they're confused. Confused. See? Oh, yeah, okay, I want to get rid of this American dream, but what? And then you turn your hearts right back to it. See? And you ask for money. See? Sensual persons. See? Looking for pleasure, money, cause division. They don't have the spirit. They don't even have the spirit of Elijah. They should have the spirit of Suleiman. See? Because remember, John came to Elijah. Jesus came to Elijah. And his spirit was greater than the spirit of Elijah. Elijah said so. John said so. John bowed to him. But Elijah, eternal leader of the nation of Islam. I was with Elijah in 1775. He never said no such thing. He never said he was an eternal leader of anything. He said he was a messenger of Allah was enough. Liars. And he said, the one who sows a good seed is the Son of Man. See? See, they're talking about the chaff and wheat now. We skip some verses. And the field is the world. As for the good seed, these are the sons of the kingdom, and the weeds are the ones of the evil one. See, demons, they're sons of the evil one. They're sons of devils. They look like us and walk like us. They're wolves in sheep clothing. That's what's telling you. See? They're the chaff. They're the sons of evil. They were sold together. You go on this thing with Kanye and everything. I said there's going to be a demon, right? There's going to be electrify all these young demons, right? He's going to be like Martin Luther King on steroids. I said that. And now you see Kanye stepping forward. He's leading the battle for the demons. He's a demon, and he's electrifying them. And stupid Farrakhan, he's going to be on the side. He's going to sideline him. You already see it happening. I said that's what will happen. Farrakhan be sidelined. This person's going to step forward. He's going to electrify him. He's going to be like, I'm going to keep on steroids to these younger demons. He's going to put them together. And they're the ones that's going to lead them in war. There's going to be a demon war. They call it locust war, angel. And he may be the one. He's stepping forward, and all of a sudden he's electrifying them because Farrakhan made a mistake because he pissed off him. Because all the people they ain't going to listen. They're going to listen to Kanye. He's more important to them, more relevant to them than Farrakhan ever was. He can electrify these young demons, even some of our people. See, I've been telling you that was going to happen. Yes, anybody's been paying attention, said there'll be someone come, he's going to electrify, he's going to be like Martin Luther King on steroids, a demon, that's going to pull all the demons together. He may be the one. I'm not saying he is the one, but it sure looks like it. Especially that poem he's supposed to have done on Alex Jones' show. So just as the weeds are gathered and burned with fire, so should be at the end of the day. See, it's going to be coming together. I said that's going to happen. We're coming together, and then the demons and the saints will come together. We're all coming together. All 34 million, and then half the 17 million number of demons are going to be cast out. End of the age. That's how it's going to end up for them. The Son of Man was sent for his angels. They will gather out of his kingdom all stumbling blocks, those who commit lawlessness. But that's the judgment. He's going to get all of y'all. All y'all accusing about people. Eric and Seven, out there talking, you don't know the hell you're talking. And you know you don't know what you're talking about. You're guessing. You know you don't, but you want to be the big man. See? Besides, you want that money coming in, because you don't want to work nowhere. And you don't want your little apple cart upset. We know who you are. Armageddon. So we're talking about the war, repentance, Jonah, that's the sign, right? Will trigger the war. The Middle East, famine, because they cut the oil off. Now Europe is going to be, that's read chapter 18, Europe's going to cut off. America's going to be cut off. So America's not having no oil, right? Sustain it because they're totally cut off. Right now, they're in trouble right now with oil, with right, fuel, and with all the oil they're getting from the Middle East. And once that cut off, suddenly, you're not going to be well, all it is going to be very expensive. So that means it's going to run into the price. The food going to be inflated. It says the food's going to be inflation because it says it's going to be sold. It says people pay astronomical amount for dove shit. It says dove dung in the Bible, right? Because that's all it is. They pay astronomical amount, and also for a donkey's head. So inflation's going to go through the roof. That's the way of telling you that. And then the money will be worthless. They're going to throw a kid in the street because you ain't going to have no, you ain't be able to buy anything. You got $1 billion, but you're not going to be able to buy anything. So money, gold, that's going to be worthless. So now you got the famine. You just lost in the Middle East. You got that cut off, right? And then you got Europe. So they're going to turn against America because, we talking about it right now. Watch the news. I've been saying it I've been saying it forever, especially in the last couple of years. That Europe's going to turn against America. Now they're saying and actually saying in the news that Europe is already having second thoughts about, because they said, America's policy is causing all this misery to them. That's why I told you what's going to happen. They're going to turn against America, and America will be at war and Armageddon. That's Armageddon. Armageddon's a European war. It's like the Third World War, so to speak. It's a European war. European war. America, right? And America is going to be America, Britain, right? Because abomination, desolation already taking place. So the false Israel gone. They're gone. So now we know, they know that we are true seed Abraham. There's no doubt at that point. So that means they're going to take us out. They have to, because they can't afford that unity and they can't force to escape here. See, I'm laying this out for you. See? So that's at the point right now. And then they get in a war because Russia has oil, but they got America, the Europeans already suffering. They're suffering right now. So they're going to, it's going to be a cold winter. So they ain't going to have all they're going to have access to, because America's not going to be able to give any oil. They can't fly it over. So they're going to turn on America. They get fuel from Russia, and America will be an advice. America and Britain is going to be an advice over in Europe. Everybody will turn against them. That's all I'm getting. That's all I'm getting. So I already got defeated in the Middle East. One heaven. Famine. Because oil's cut off and they can't bring food to market. So people here are starving. People here starving. Right? Insurrection because of demons. But they're going to attack all people, all black folks come together because they're attacking black folks. One of the reasons they attack them, they don't want them to leave. The other reason, they have two things. The government is attacking you because trying to keep you from uniting and keep you from leaving. And then people are attacking you, your neighbors. That's why I said flee, don't go in your house, anything. They're going to be attacking you because for food, they haven't eaten a day or 2 or 3 days. You're attacking for food. That's why I says don't. When you see false Israel going down, it means all the oil is totally cut off. And also, that's what they're doing over there. They told they're on the siege, and now they know you're true to Abraham, and they're starving, and no fuel, right? And they got defeated now. Then the war over in Europe, right? For control, and they got to use all the oil they do have for that. So that makes it even worse here. It'll be a cold winter, and you want that. It means if no food, that's also in the famine. It's not just it's like anything, resources. If you have fuel for food, you can have fuel for electricity and everything. You'll be cold, you'll be freezing, and you'll be hungry. And we're 3/5 human according to you. I'm trying to lay it out for you, brothers and sisters. So Armageddon will follow. That's what Armageddon is. European war. Now, I'm not going into the detail I had planned to. See? And that during that time, battle of demons. Because they're going to take advantage. First of all, they're on the menu. And then once you catch, you're going to eat. Those didn't flee fast enough, they eat, and everybody's going to know this. So everybody came together. We separated the demons out, kicked them out. And now they're fighting for their lives also, for the country, trying to take the country. That's the 5-month locust war. You really why they call them locusts in that sense? Because locust green also was similar famine. Battle of demons, famine in America. And demons united. 15 million, 17 million of them united. They can put up a hell of a battle. Insurrection here, right? Famine here. Right? War over in Europe, where you get your ass kicked because you betrayed by NATO, Europe. See? And that's the European Armageddon is the 10 plagues, the 9 last plagues. That's Armageddon. I'm trying to walk this, give you the basic, the general theme here, brothers and sisters. And then, and if all this wasn't bad enough, right? Then that's when the goat attacks. Look at this map. See China on one side, America. It says the goat will come from the west, feet not touching ground, means to come across the Pacific Ocean. Only nation could do that is China, with India right behind it. That's what it is. That's why I got the leopard. The leopard, yellow, brown spots, has 4 heads. That means, and 4 wings. It means it's very popular. It's the most popular on the planet. And the heads represent authoritarian. That's China. And the wings represent democracy, which is India. And they're going to attack. They morph into the goat with one horn. And he attacks the ram, America. America's famine, insurrection, war, betrayal. And then here comes the goat. Right? Now the goat would be 5 months in, because it says the demon world would go 5 months and they would be destroyed at the same time the goat embarks. And at the same time, those who go into the tribulation period, those left behind, when Michael delivered, but says some everlasting life, some everlasting shame and torment, those left behind, but those are the ones that they go into tribulation. That's a 5-month ordeal. The master chasing them to eat them also. See, the military is chasing them. The demons are primarily dealing with the civilians, but military to some extent. So that's the situation. Everybody's trying to get dinner. And demons are defeated, right? Farrakhan, all of them, they defeated after 5 months. And at the same time, the goat, right, embarks on the West Coast. And they put America under siege. He said at that point, they've eaten all the blacks they could get. And remember, they killed the demons, they ate all of them up. The other ones was able to escape. And went to tribulation. So it's absolutely no food, none, zero. Now they start eating their own children and themselves. What's happened? Because they're under siege now. So the siege was so great, they be eating their own children. That's why children become gray-headed. They can't stay home with their parents and they're going to be eating. They can't go to sleep. Family, their family members, whatever. That's that time. Under siege. No food going in, no food going out. Under siege. And it says the goat will attack the ram. He's angry at him. He said we will surely be angry at him. Ain't China getting very angry at America? Hit him. He knock the ram down. America bears 2 horns. The Britain's going to be gone already. Britain's already taken out. China's taken out. When they attack, they've already taken out China. I mean, they've already taken out Australia. They've already taken out New Zealand. They took all those places. So Canada would be backing them. And all the militaries from Australia that survived from Australia and Britain, they'll all be here to fight their last stand here in America on the whole Western Hemisphere. It's going to extend all the way into the South America. Comes close to them, okay? They do battle here, see? And this is what happens. They take out the ram and burn America down. It's a place that burns the oven. They're burned down. They said Babylon will be destroyed by famine and fire and death. Who is death? Death represents Oriental countries. Burned down. Then comes the apocalypse, which is also called Noah's flood. Apocalypse. That's final destruction, right? So what you got? You got to go there and you got the lion. What was this lion? See, it was actually with the goat when they attacked America. See? I know you but you can mock all you want to. That's Obama. Obama will be leading the non-Islamic Africa. When this happens, Africa is divided into 2 parts. Islamic Africa and non-Islamic Africa. They're already setting you up for this. All of it. I'm not going to that nonsense. We're setting you up for it. We're dividing into 2 parts. And when it divides into 2 parts, right? The Islamic part is going to go with Master Prophet Muhammad. Non-Islamic part go with Obama. Watch Obama. He's going to be leading in a few days. He's going to be over there and he's going to come back. He's going to be leading non-Islamic Africa. They're going to all be together. That's the beast in chapter 17. It says, the dragon had 7 heads, 10 horns. But the crown was upon his heads. Then it had another beast that 7 heads, 10 horns. But the crown was upon his horns. See, that represents China and India. Then another beast had 7 heads, 10 horns. He was be alongside the beast that had 7 heads, 10 horns with the crowns and horns. This one have no crowns anywhere. That's the third one. That's Obama. He's going to be with them when they attack. But he's that little horn in Daniel. So this is where they attack. This is where they attack Europe. Now Europe is already, remember, they're already destroying themselves. And that makes China and India the world powers because they're destroying their power. When family fighting itself, they divide it and they destroy their own power. They're destroying their military and everything else. So now China and India, that's why the horns shift from the heads to the horns. Those crowns shift from the heads to the horns. So now China and India are the world powers. That's it. The dragon gave his power and authority to the other beast that has 7 heads, 10 horns. And so that means crowns were shifted from the heads to the heads of the dragon to the horns of that beast. So they become the world powers. And everybody hates America. So they attack, take it out. So now after America and Britain and all the Queen's empires, New Zealand, Canada, thing now, then that's the apocalypse, the final flood, to wipe out everybody on earth. Earth represents European countries. You need to understand, the angel key understand. Earth represents European, take them out, flood it, kill them all. Get rid of all of them. See? But it's not going to kill them. It's going to break, it's going to kill their power, have no power in the world, because they're going into hell, a 6,000 year hell. But say they're going to go into captivity, but they'll be broken, totally. No powerless after that. That's the apocalypse, brothers and sisters. See? The apocalypse. See? China, India, and non-Southern Africa all together coming after the European countries. They take them out. See? They're gone. That's the flood. It's over. Now, and then we got the war where, I'm not sure not here, where they go to fight with each other. The lion, non-Islamic Africa, goes to war with China and India and defeats them. So now he's the number one. He's the Gog. Remember, he was the president of the United States. He's the Gog going to attack the real Israel. We have peace and home. Return home. This so far, false Israel has not been one day of peace has been there. And they got walls everywhere. Return home. That's he's going to attack us. He's the God who's going to do that. Not just BS they're talking about, right? See? Famine. And I'm just trying to talk about his famine. See where the things discuss. Some of the places discuss it. It says, look, horse yellowish green is really yellowish green. They call pale in the King James version, right? And it says, look, death, Hades. I'm not going. Death, Hades represents China, India, right? Death, false, the Oriental countries. Hades, the Indian countries, right? Asia, and was given authority upon 4th earth. Earth represents European countries. The 4th of it represents America. It's 4 of them. The 4th, right? To kill a long sword and then famine and then death. See? The long sword, right? That they got kicked out of the Middle East, right? Famine, that comes right with it, and death, right? Represents the Oriental country and the wild beasts of earth. Remember, earth represents European countries? Now they're fighting against themselves, amongst themselves. That's what it's talking. That's the 4th seal right there. That's the 4th seal. But then it mentions again. Because remember, Babylon is the 4th earth. That's America. And here it is right here in chapter 18. And through this, one day will come the plagues of her. I told you the 9 plagues represents Armageddon. And one plague, and death, mourning, there's death. Right? Oriental countries, famine, and fire. The goat will burn it down. That's death going to burn it down. And you miss famine. Well, under siege. That's what it's talking about right there. That's America talking about. That's Babylon falling. So I move along with this. That's right. And this is during the famine. What's going to happen to you? Because you listen to Eric and Farrakhan, these fools, they lead you into destruction. It says, You eat the flesh of my people after stripping off their skins and breaking their bones. You chop them up like flesh for the cooking pot, like meat in a cauldron. That's what he's doing to you. Eating you. You're three-fifths human, that means you can be eaten. It's in the Constitution. Then they argue with that. They go, oh, they go to Supreme Court and they're hungry. They ain't got anything. Oh man, we can't. We gotta treat them more. You think that's what they're gonna think? Okay. And the God of this world, see, they've been worshiping Satan all the time. Satan is how is Satan blessed? Murder, rape, genocide, torture, oppression. Those are all the tools they use to gain power. So you can tell me those are God's tools? That's what problem you got with Satan. That's Satan is the God. It says Satan is God's world. It wouldn't be the God's world if the greatest power in the world wasn't worshiping him. And when Satan confronted Jesus in the desert, he says, in the wilderness, right? He says, I control all of them. He says some. He said, all of them. He said, I'll let you, give you control of them if you bow to me. He said, all of them. Including Sunni, and he got Sunni, got all of it. He said, oh, who controls Saudi Arabia? They depend on America to keep their power. That's the agreement they made. If I give you cheap oil, you keep in power. So if they depend on them to keep in power, who's in control? Who's in control? So they come to every elevated place. It says, when Gog and Magog are let loose, they shall break forth in every elevated place. They come to every elevated place, brothers and sisters. Every elevated place. What does that mean? Quran says, for you Quran brothers and sisters, that means they have control of all of it. Federal Reserve, Hollywood, Congress, even Jerusalem, and the Middle East, like I said. They control Mecca, Medina, because they control the house of Saad. They're under their thumb. They depend on them to maintain power. So if you depend on someone to maintain power, who has the power? If you have to depend on them, who has the power then? They have power over you. They got the power. Because you got to depend on them to get the power. See? And also, the Abrahamic covenant. False. Farrakhan's a Jew. He says follow the Jew. He's a black-faced Jew. He's in control of the Nation of Islam. In every elevated place. If it follows the Jew, how complicated it has to be. How simple can, if it follows the Jew, he got to be. That's the way biology works. The man carries a seed. Every elevated place, brothers and sisters. See? Black-faced Jew. Every other place, they got control of all of it. He said, son, but this was set in a temple, Elijah's temple. It does say temple, doesn't it? It doesn't say mosque. It doesn't say synagogue. It was Elijah's temple. You said Elijah's seat of 42 years, from 1980 to 2022, which is 42 years. His time is up now. And he said he would make war with the saints. Who's the ancient? Aren't you the saints if you consider yourself a nation of Islam? Because you say you're going to inherit the kingdom, right? That means you must be the saint. So he says he's going to make war with you for 42 years to overcome you. So if he hasn't done it and you're the saint, that means you got 42 years of hell coming towards you. Because it says he will make war with you and overcome you for 42 years. That's what he's done with his bullshit. Oops. Oops. I got another system over here, brothers. Sisters. You can't see it, but those on it can see it. Oops. Keep doing it. I'll get it right in a minute. Okay, here we go. There you go. It's about to happen, brothers and sisters. The thrones were cast down, ancient days just set. It's about to happen, brothers and sisters. That's the sign of Jonah. About to happen. And about to wind up, brothers and sisters, says, people without a vision perishes. What's your vision, Farrakhan? The American dream, dreams not visions. Dreams not true by definition. What's your vision, Silas? What's your vision, Eric? What's your vision? Yahweh ben Yahweh. What's your vision? Melchizedek, what's your vision? See? You have a vision. Abraham comes our vision. I'm the one who have the true vision, and I'm the one that can measure the covenant that's going to see that vision accomplished. That's it, brothers and sisters. Like I said, I just want to give a brief overall overview. Hope you understand. I'm going to leave it there. So